Adventureverse Mission Editor User Guide. Let's have a look at Tasklist Quests now. So I've done a little bit of setup in this level. I've got Adam Zorn, this robot character, in a graveyard here. I'll just show you what I've put in. We've got a use quest over here with the totem, magical totem you have to depower. And that use quest has got activate on proximity. It's hidden with a 10-meter trigger around it. Maybe make that a little bit bigger. Yep. So when you go near there, you'll get given a quest. We also have a trigger over here in this doorway, and that's going to activate a defeat quest when you walk through there. So you come from over here, walk through there, and then you have to defeat some zombies. So let's just sort of see how that plays out. We head over here. Defeat the zombies kicks in, and we've got these zombies who we have to fight. And if we run over here, when we get close to the trigger, to the totem, we get a quest to depower the totem. Now what we could do is we could build a kind of task list for the player to do as well. So let's drop a task list quest in here, and we'll call this investigate. And we'll say it has to have, and it's going to have two things you have to do. So by default the description is just do something. We'll say this one is called investigate the graveyard. And the player gets given that straight away, sort of being told, you know, look around and go and do some things. Now, none of that is going to get ticked off by itself. If we have a look at the investigate, we'll see we've got a task function there. So what we can do is in the use quest, we can have a start event that when that gets fired off, we're going to go to our investigate quest, we're going to perform a task, and we'll put a value of 1 in here. Task 1 gets completed by that. Similarly, when the defeat quest gets activated, start event, we'll have investigate task, and we'll put a 2 in here. So that's ticking off task number 2. So these two events tick off task number 1 and task number 2. The quest has 2 things to be ticked off, and that'll determine its progress. So if we reset, here we go, we're told to investigate the graveyard. When we come over here, we're halfway there now. One of the tasks has been ticked off, and we've been told to depower the totem. Hey, we could always do that. Depower, casts a little spell, and depowers it. And then when we come over here, we enter that quest, investigate the graveyard is now filled up, and we know that we've done all the investigating. You know, the player now knows we've sort of got all the gameplay out of this level. And beat up the zombies quickly. And there we go. It goes and resets itself. We can, of course, do it in the other order as well. We can investigate over here first, and that ticks off a point. You know, so each of these tasks is sort of stored internally, mutually exclusive, if you like. Yeah, so that's one use of the task list quest. I'll just show you the other pattern I tend to use them for, is having a timed event. You know, where you have to say survive for 60 seconds. Let's put that one in. So we'll just put one over here. We'll call it survival. Survival. We'll need a timer to go with that there in the gameplay thing here. We'll put a timer there next to it. We'll make the timer a child, in fact, just for neatness. And that timer is going to have a duration of 60 seconds. The survival quest now will have one task, and we'll just give it the description, survive for a minute. we will then have a look in here at these. We'll link the timer to the timer object. That means this timer's countdown will appear in the quest log. When the timer has finished, it's got a finish event. When the 60 seconds have expired, we will complete this quest. No, sorry, we'll go task 1. That's what I meant to say. Yep. The timer counting down will complete the one and only task for our survival quest. Our survival quest as well, we want to make it hidden, and we'll have it unlocked by this trigger sphere. So enter there unlocks our survival quest. So we'll not only get defeat the zombies now, we'll get survive for a minute. And we'll see this timer counting down on our one and only quest. So let's see if I got all of that right. And, stop zapping everyone. When we come over here, survive for a minute. Oh, one thing I did forget to do when the survival quest starts. Yeah, we can do it from the start event here. We want to begin the timer. So these two things are quite strongly linked now, you can see. But yeah, that timer is going to start counting when the quest kicks off. Try that again now. Survive for a minute, and you can see our minutes ticking up there. Little tip with working with timers: if I hold down the Alt key and oops, come over here. So hold down the Alt key. You can see we've got a T-5 button there. When you press that, that puts us 5 seconds before the timer is going to expire. It's a really handy thing, so you don't have to wait for a minute for your minute-long timer. And that takes off the one requisite for that quest, survive for a minute, and complete. So yeah, Tasklist quests in here are basically for any time you've just got a list of things you want to tick off, and you have to manually manage fulfilling them via the task function. And the task function, I think, is the first one in the quest series we've shown you, where whenever you call it, that was in the trigger sphere, whenever you call it, you're having to provide that task number there. There it is. Investigate task 2, investigate task 1, and so on.